Bug Out Beck here. Today's video I'm going to be doing just kind of a more in-depth review on my medical kit. You can call it an IFAK, you can call it an EMT kit, whatever you want to call it. Basically a first aid kit. Obviously we know importance of if there was, a shit hits the fan kind of scenario or a situation where you need to bug out, you need to be able to bring a fairly extensive first aid kit. Not bring in too much crap that you don't really need, but bring in the essentials. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I carry. Of course, I'm always looking to update to where I might need to, and if I have any parts that I'm going to update, I'll let you guys know. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is the Condor, they call it the Rip Away Emt Kit. The reason why is because it this part right here is Velcro, which I actually have the other end of it molly-webbed to my bug out kit. The benefit of that is if you need to access this quick and in a hurry, you grab it by the handle, you literally rip it off. Now it's portable, easy to use. I put the red duct tape on here because if I needed to tell somebody, if I was injured and I had my pack somewhere and I said, look, I need you to get my first aid kit, I want them to be able to easily identify it. I'm going to get a little EMT kind of pouch to put on the front, but in the meantime I put a just red duct tape on here so I can say it's the one with the red duct tape. Simple enough, right? Red usually means emergency. Alright, so when you get this kit, I love this thing. It folds out very extensive here. So for the fact that it gets so compact and when you open it up it's this detailed, I really love that. So let's go ahead and look into some of the pouches here. I know that I did kind of a brief overview on my main bug out bag, but so we're going to go into a little bit more depth here. So in one of the pouches here, let's see what we've got. I've got some medical masks. I mean, these are just your standard, doctor office medical masks. So they're not going to save you from radiation, but they're going to save you if you're, helping out somebody or even on yourself and you don't want blood exposed, etc. So I've got my medical masks. I've got cotton swabs, because we can always find use for those. This is the vinyl gloves. And I believe those are actually latex free, so in case I need to have somebody else use them and they're allergic, they don't have to worry about that. So I've got several pairs of latex gloves. This thing is kind of cool. It does expire, so this expires 9/2015. So that's the thing you have to remember. Anything that you get that has an expiration date, you need to make sure you're rotating it. But I thought this was kind of cool. This is a fever cooling patch. It's for kids or adults. So if you're out in the wilderness or somewhere where you got a really bad fever, maybe ibuprofen's not quite helping enough, you slap this on your forehead. This will help cool you down. Back in this pocket, I've got several. I've got quite a few alcohol swabs, sanitation, whatnot. This thing is kind of cool. I actually ended up getting this as a free sample. Actually, the missus found it online. And this is the Spider X. It's just kind of like a, I guess kind of like a salon pause if you guys know what that is, or like an icy hot. You slap it on a muscle that's sore. I know a lot of people don't think of sore muscles as first aid, but let's be honest. There's sometimes that muscles are too damn sore that doesn't matter how much of a tough ass you are, you need a little bit of help. Another sample that we got. This is Tricalm. I love the samples because they fit so easily in the kits here. This is for itching, burning, or stinging, so obviously you can always find use for that. Speaking of itching, burning, and stinging, I also have first aid, antibiotic, pain relieving cream. Nice little small amount there. Nail clippers. I'm sure I could find several uses for those if need be. And then also tweezers. Alright, so moving on to my middle compartment here, I've got waterproof tape. You can always use some medical tape and I might as well have it be waterproof. I'm going to be changing out the container that I keep this in. This was just kind of temporary, but this is a little container of all my ibuprofen. I have pain relieving, I have anti-diarrheal, because the last thing that you want is to have diarrhea problems when you're nowhere near facilities. I've got allergy medicine, drowsy and non-drowsy. Drowsy is just a little bit stronger. Sunscreen. There's a lot of people that seem to forget that obviously you don't want to get burnt. Be able to try to at least reduce that. So this is SPF 70. sunscreen. This is typically an eating utensil, but I figure there's got to be something that I can use it for in a medical situation. It's your little fork, knife, spoon combo. So I got a pack that had several of them, so I said, you know what, let me add one into a first aid kit because I have a feeling I'll eventually use it for something. Alright, so back pocket, I have a very large non-stick triple layer gauzes. Alright, back here I have moleskin, because we all know too well that you can get blisters very easily, so moleskin to help protect that. Alright, and then moving on to this little zipper compartment. I know it's a little bit of a mess, but it's a little mesh zipper pocket, so you know it handles some of the smaller things I have. I got little, this is again samples, little Shout wipe to go. I figure I can probably use it for something. Certain things you can even use as fire starter if they have enough of an alcohol or flash point, so that's why I keep some of those in here. Various assortments of Band-Aids. You can always use more Band-Aids. So various assortments of that. This stuff I like. This is Steri-Strip. So this is to heal cuts, heal deep gashes, I should say. There's another one called Quick Clot, which I know is a really popular one, and I have thought about getting that. But in the meantime, this was affordable on Amazon. I get a good portion here. This is a 10-pack of 3, so there's 30 in here in this tiny little thing. But good for large gashes that a Band-Aid just isn't going to cut it. Speaking of samples, I have just more aspirin. I have a dent pick. This is obviously for any kind of teeth problems that may come along. And I wear contacts, so I always want to make sure that I have extra contact holders in case I need to take my contacts out. Alright guys, so this is my main medical kit that I use for my bug out bag. I know there's a lot of you that are probably asking yourself a couple other questions or asking me, why don't I have certain surgical tools, such as certain surgical needles, the scissors, the thread, etc. There's actually a very good reason why I don't personally have that right now. I am not qualified to sew anybody up. I'm not qualified to cut anybody up. A lot of people seem to get this opinion that as long as you have the tools that you can do the job. In reality, you can cause major damage if you don't have the proper qualifications in order to sew somebody up. You can't just rely on the movies, take a fishing hook and some wire, sew somebody up and not expect them to get some kind of an infection. It's a reality that a lot of people seem to forget about, and I'm not going to be the one that's going to be responsible for either hurting myself further or hurting somebody else further. Now, with that being said, I have thought about should I get some kind of a minor surgical kit in case, while I'm traveling, I do happen to meet somebody that is qualified to do such things. That would honestly be the only reason why I would get one of those things. In reality, if I get injured enough to where I have to be sewn up, I'm going to try using the Steri-Strip and tape and do whatever I can to just get a temporary fix until I find somebody who's qualified to fix me up. Otherwise, maybe I can spend some money and get that kind of training done. Or the missus already has her certification for being a nurse, so maybe I can get her to kind of get some further qualifications if she's interested. But either way, that's the main reason why I don't have some of those. Because just because you can buy it online doesn't mean you're qualified to use it. If you are qualified to use it, kudos to you. Definitely suggest putting that in your pack. So guys, definitely leave some comments, subscribe. I love feedback, so constructive criticism, kudos, whatever you want to give me, just let me know. And as always, be prepared.